Yeah, I'm Love, and I do fashion designing. I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a sister. Um, yeah, I'm a lover of God. That's just me. I'm a fashion designer.
This is how I want to start. First of all, welcome and thanks for joining us. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm feeling quite well. It's a little bit chilly, but
Yeah.
we managed to make it work.
Yeah.
So, first, I want to ask you, love, like, what inspired you to start designing?
I would say what inspired me was my cousins mostly. When I was growing up, like we would all just like hang out, and their sense of style was just amazing to me. So I would try to like imitate them in a way. And crazy thing is, I actually thought I would be a model, so I would like take their clothes and their shoes and try to like do photo shoots around the neighborhood. But later on, high school year, fast forward to high school year, my 12th grade year, along with like, I think it was like six of us, we all took a fashion design class. And my love for fashion just grew from there, from just that one course. We actually just took it for fun, but then it ended up, becoming a passion of mine. I would just look forward to getting home and sewing, like, even if it was just like a shirt, I would just want to practice. So, yeah.
A lot of times you reference your friends and your support group. How just important are they to you?
Oh, very. I would say they're the ones that's pushing me the most, honestly. Because being a creative, it does get tough at times. But when you have that strong support system, it really motivates you to keep going, honestly.
And when you first started designing, who were you designing for? Were you designing for yourself? Were you designing for like custom pieces for people? Like, how did that creative process?
When I first started, I was doing it just for myself because I'm like, you know what? I want all these clothes. I can't afford it. I don't have money, so why not just try to make them myself? So then fast forward to like 2016, I believe. I'm like, so I'm making clothes. I'm getting better. Why don't I try to, make money out of it? Make like, a profit. So I started making shirts. So I would make a whole bunch of like crop tops and just simple shirts. And then I would try to sell them, and they were doing really well. And then people started asking me, "Oh, do you know how to make this?
Yeah.
Can you make this?" I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna like it, but I'll definitely try. So that's where it started, and since then I just started making custom pieces. And then fast forward to like 2020 during the pandemic, I was like, you know what? Because at first I was doing African pieces, and my heart wasn't there. I wasn't fully in it. And I was like, what is it that's, hindering me and making me stagnant? And I figured, I'm like, it's because I'm not working with the material I want to work with. So I started venturing out into, European fabrics and fell in love. And I'm like, my drive came back, passion came back, dropped a piece, did a photo shoot, and it just went from there.
And what is that strategy like when you're putting out clothing?
So the strategy is basically what I'll do is I'll randomly just be having a normal day, and an idea will come to me, and I'm like, that's a good idea. And then I'll, sketch it out. And then I'll later on like make the pattern, see if I'm able to make the pattern, because it's pattern making is very technical. So once I, achieve the pattern, then I'll try to make the piece. And then once I make the piece and the sample piece, I try it on and I see that I like it, then I post it online and see who wants to buy it.
Now, are you just designing clothes for women now, or can we see a potential men's collection coming soon?
Definitely just women, because, being that I'm a woman, I know the body of a woman, so it's easier that way. Maybe in the future I'll venture out into male clothing. We'll see. Yeah.
Why is it so important to you that you make women's clothing?
Wow. Just reminding, going back to that little girl who didn't have, those pieces of clothing that I wanted. Like in high school, I would see all the girls wearing the latest pieces, and not being able to attain those things made me be like, feel for the girls who love fashion, but aren't able to afford it. So I'm like making clothes for those people who are, in love with fashion, but not able to afford those crazy prices. So yeah.
Now, would you say you make affordable clothes, or would you say you make luxury clothes? Like, where's the balance?
Definitely affordable according to, where I'm supposed to be at. Yeah, affordable for sure.
And what kind of, designers are you inspired by?
I'm definitely inspired by Jacquemus, Hanifa, um, Adriana Iyama. Sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. But those three people are like the three main people I go to. Like, yeah.
And why?
I don't know, their creative process, it just amazes me how they take something so basic and make it like, I don't even know, like just sculptive. Like I look at their pieces and I see sculpture in it, and that's what like draws me to it. Yeah.
Now, this stunning red dress, is this yours?
Yes, it is.
Tell me about this. Like, how did this come to be?
So I was searching on the internet, trying to create a piece. I'm feeling a little stuck, and I'm like looking at the trends of like summer 2023, and I see that red is trending, and I go to the fabric store and I just sifting through fabric, and I find this fabric, and I'm like, this would be such a beautiful, fabric to create a dress with. So I was looking online, and I seen this concept, and I'm like, what if I were to like make it fitted? Because the concept I saw was flared, and I was like, that's not really sellable in today's society. So I was like, what if I, cinch in the silhouette and, add my own design to it? So that's what I did. I just switched it up.
And where do you think you can take your designs to?
Wow. Honestly, I think the only thing that would be hindering me right now from going like crazy with my designs, how I would put it, is like pattern making. So I honestly think I can take it as far as my mind would let me. I get crazy creative concepts that'll come, but it's the limiting factor is the pattern making. So yeah, I mean, I guess you'll have to see. I don't know how to put it in words.
Yeah. Strategically, do you see yourself at like a New York Fashion Week or something like that, where you can put your clothes on models and see them, on a runway?
If given that opportunity, I think I can, because right now I feel like I make clothing for the everyday life. But for a runway, your mind, the creativity is like, it's not limited. You can come up with any concept. So I think like if I were to be in that headspace, I would be able to create some dope pieces.
How do your outside passions influence, who you are and what you do?
Let's see. So my outside passions, wow, I'm trying to think like what are they? I would say what really my biggest passion is like church work. I'm really like heavily involved in church, and I feel like it inspires me just like to keep making clothing that church girls can wear too, and that are like semi-modest but still sexy, if that makes sense, because I do believe in modesty, but I love a little sex appeal, a little, a little silhouette shown.
If you can summarize what Tanru Designs is in one word, what would it be?
Wow, that just took me back. Wow. Endless. That's how I would
And why
describe it.
endless?
Because I feel like I can go in I can venture out into so many spaces with just that. Just that name.
And now, when I look through your Instagram, I see you in this location, I see you in this location, I see you. You travel a lot. Where are you going, and what are you seeking to find?
So I basically just go wherever like my heart will lead me, basically. I love tropical areas, so that's mostly where I'll try to visit. And what I'm really trying to find is other culture. Like, I'm trying to find wisdom in other areas, because I feel like we can be so close-minded in the cities that we're raised. So just going out there, I want to just find wisdom in other cultures and just to be well versed, well traveled as well.
What did you wish you knew when you first started?
I wish I knew that it was not going to be one piece will lead you the whole way type time thing,
Yeah.
because I swore that, oh, okay, after I make this one piece, I'm about to be on New York Times. Like I swore I was going to make it, but it didn't work like that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. That's just life. You just got to keep pushing through. I wish I had known that so that my mindset would have been changed from the mindset that I had, basically.
And what mindset did you have? Just that, like,
I thought once I started,
Yeah.
it was just going to work out for me. I
Yeah.
thought I was just going to be big and run into the right people. And yeah,
so what kind of challenges do you face?
just creating pieces. Also making sure that the pieces fit the customers as well. Yeah, I think those are the challenges, like the creative process and just making sure that the pieces are like up to par, like people actually like them.
How do you look at your pieces? Do you look at them as like art, or do you look at them as just clothing? Do you look at them as functionality?
Yeah, I see them as art, I would say. Yeah, I just try to like create what's in my head, basically. Like, I love painting, so since I'm not a painter, I'd like to show that in my clothing, basically. So I paint with my sewing machine, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, how many sewing machines do you have?
I actually have 3.
Ah.
You always have to have a backup because you never know when one is going to decide to act funny. So
When you come up with designs and you're sketching, how are you bringing it to life?
just paper and pencil, a sketchbook and pencil. And I just go from there. Like I'll erase and do it over if I have to. Just keep going from there, yeah.
So what I want to ask is, if you weren't doing fashion, what would you be doing?
Wow. A teacher. Yeah. I actually tried, but kids were just too much.
You would want to teach kids, or like,
Yeah, little kids. I worked with them for like a couple of years. I don't think I'll ever go back. It was too much. Yeah.
I want to ask, if you had like a celebrity at like the Met Gala or something, they came to you and said, "Love, I need you to design something for me." You know, what celebrity would you love to work for?
I would say Zendaya.
I was going to say that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love her fashion. I don't even know why that didn't come to my mind. Yeah, I love her.
So now, when I look at your Instagram, looking at all the pictures you have, lovely pictures,
Thank you.
how would you describe your fashion style to someone who's seeing your page for the first time?
I would say, I'm like minimal. I'm trying to find the word for someone who dresses kind of like minimal streetwear, basically, if that makes sense. Where it's like, it's kind of simplistic, but there's still a little edge to it.
I would say something like fun,
Yeah.
float. It's not even float, because what you put together is really beautiful, but it's like powerful at the same time. So like, that's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask you this. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Love, and I do fashion designing. I am a mother. I am a daughter. I am a sister. Yeah, I'm a lover of God. That's just me. I'm a fashion designer. Yeah.
So once again, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you so much
It
for
was
having
wonderful
me.
meeting you.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you too.
And that's a wrap, fellas.
Thank you.